Oh, I miss that music. This is my official return to Plants vs. Zombies after who knows how long. I'm gonna take it easy. I've decided to replay the base game. I've had this app in my old iPhone that got wrecked. I have a new phone, which is not actually very new. But the point is, I lost all the progress that I made previously and I have to replay it. I'm gonna do adventure mode for this video. I have two levels that I would play. The first one is level 16 at Ancient Egypt, wherein the mission is to make sure that those sunflowers in that, I don't know, cautionary tile does not get eaten. Otherwise, it's game over. The level is like still relatively easy. However, the challenge is you're working with limited plants and plant slots. So my strategy going into this is to first prioritize building 2 lanes of sunflower, which is actually easy because I already have 3 active from the get-go. And in the meantime, I have equipped my free plants, the iceberg lettuce and the grave buster, as well as the potato mine while I set up the sun. This has been like my strategy for Plants vs Zombies ever since. Build your sun lanes, use cheap plants first, and then start using the most expensive plants as you go along. You know, when your sun can afford it. And what I like about PVZ too is they kept like the familiarity of the original, but they added more stuff. I remember playing this a while back, like when I was still in college, honestly. Yeah, when I was still in college is when this game came out. I was like overwhelmed in a good way about how much stuff there is, and I'm not actually sure if this game is still being updated to this day. I'm honestly just glad that it survived. I played the original PVZ back in, I think, 2009 when it was released. And this is the game that kickstarted my YouTube career, so I am glad to be doing my return in this video. I found out from my community members, Reese and Noah, that this game is gonna get a release in the Nintendo Switch, a console which I have. I'm excited for that. And my main concern is, I guess, the control. I like playing on mobile because my fingers are... It's more intuitive. Like, I have something in my head and my fingers do it without any issue. However, just like with Pokemon Unite, I believe that there's a huge difference when it comes to gameplay if you're playing on mobile versus on the Nintendo Switch. So that's kind of what I'm worried about. I do have plans to get Plants vs Zombies on the Nintendo Switch if I like the gameplay and like the controls. I'll have to wait for reviews. But anyhow, I'm getting ahead of myself. This level is almost over. And I would like to say that if you are someone who has found this channel from Plants vs Zombies, welcome back. I am back. It's been a while, but I'm here. We're here. The very first video that I made about gaming was my fire and ice strategy, and I guess with COVID's help, I was able to reach a lot of people with that video. And I hope that this return will, you know, be for the long run. I kind of want to get into Plants vs Zombies again. So thank you for supporting my return in this premiere. Alright, the level is over. I'm gonna move on to the next one. The pinata is like great the first 1-2 times that you see it, but after a while, I just have to skip it because the animations take too long. So level 16 of Ancient Egypt was fairly easy. Alright, so level 16 is pretty standard, nothing too fancy. You just have to clear it out like a normal adventure. There are no special objectives. So what I do, just like before, is I start out with sunflower, some free and cheap plants, and I get my more offensive and expensive ones. I was conflicted whether I should choose the bonk choy or not, but I decided not to because I kind of like the range that the cabbage pult has, and it's cheaper. So my priority again is to build 2 layers of sunflowers. And while I'm doing that, I am gonna use my free plants for offense, which would be the Grave Buster, the Iceberg Lettuce, and some potato mines until I can build the 2 layers of sunflowers. And then I'll make like a column. Yeah, that's the appropriate thing to say. I'll make a column of cabbage pulps and bloomerangs as they become available. So far, so good. Yeah, and if anything goes south, I have my power-ups. I try not to use them. I try my best not to use them. But when I'm in a pinch, I use them. Just out of habit, make sure like you're leaning towards that lightning power-up because it's cheaper than the rest. And it's actually like effective anyway. Freezing and like shoving the zombies away is good, but they're more expensive. I just like electrifying the weak ones when they get too close for comfort, really. Alright, I now have my 2 layers of sunflower and everything is going according to plan. I can now be more offensive with my plants and I can afford the expensive ones. And I hate this dog bone zombie. I don't know what they're called because I just returned from the game. But they're so intrusive. Summoning tombstones? No. And this torch zombie is like burning plants. Good thing they're not like very sturdy. But we do have zombies that are sturdy. These mummy zombies that have like the cone and the bucket. So we have to take care of those. This game is as good as over, and I just want to say thank you so much for supporting my channel. Plants vs. Zombies, my fire and ice strategy, was the first gaming video that I ever made, and with the help of COVID, it became the most popular video that I have on my channel, and that record still holds to this day. If you are one of the originals, I'm sorry that I left Plants vs. Zombies for a while, but I'm planning to return now. I'm replaying the base game, and I'll like post updates when I get to the harder ones, the harder levels. I just wanted something easy for my return. Thank you for staying. Or thank you for finding me if you haven't stayed. Thank you for returning. Alright, this level is as good as over. Alright, there we go. So thank you so much to our channel members for all that they do. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!